Okay, I feel obligated that I have to mention and speak about the situation that is currently happening in Ukraine. And because of the massive misinformation that's being spread and the ethical supremacy that one group thinks it has over another. So, the Russians have attacked Ukraine, and there are a number of human and there's a mass exodus pretty much from Ukraine as a result of it, and everybody obviously is taking a humane side, which is to protect the Ukrainian people. However, the situation is much different in this ethical, superimposed high ground that you think you have by condemning Putin for everything that has been happening is completely false. Basically, the Putin, what he did was to protect his people in these two Lugansk and republics and Donetsk republics, and basically that makes him a more of a humane person than all of the Europe, which thinks that independence of Ukraine is more important and the land itself is more important than the people. This is basic misconception due to the fact that these leeches, especially coming from the US, Ukraine is not going to be independent even if they win this war, which they won't, because they are under American foot. They've been there, and the Americans have been sucking their resources, and this is what they're in for. And the Americans are making the fools. This is why I have to speak about this, because I thought Europeans are actually, smarter than the US, but it turns out that they're not. It's pathetic how everybody's taking this side of this beast that just sucks the ground out of everything, and this is what they do. And any speak of humanity, America is not a humane society. Yes, they have USAID and there, but look at them, look at their social system, look at their education system. Everything is tuned towards making money. Everybody knows this yet again, and even though we know this, we're still being fooled, and we're still being dragged into a conflict which they take us into. And it is absolutely insane how stupid Europeans are, thinking that they're protecting people by providing more arms and more guns. This is not how you protect people. This is not how you protect people. You don't protect people by giving them weapons. You don't. This can never be truth. This can never be the truth. So you're completely disillusioned. You don't know what you're doing. And Russians do have the higher ground, because in ethical ground, because they're protecting people. They're not protecting the land. Land does not have an integrity. People have integrity. Okay? So when you torture people in a certain area, you are not, this is the worst thing that you can do according to God, okay? Not to protect some, field, from some aggression, but to protect people, because people feel the effects of war. The land, well, it does, but it doesn't really have feelings, so. And since Russia is staying away from all these civilians and they're targeting strictly, the the army, because they can't handle these not NATO, fiddling, these NATO little bugs that are just like all around and trying to, spur and push Russia into a conflict. So they finally succeeded, because obviously, if somebody's slapping your face like 500 times, and if somebody puts a gun in front of your window, obviously you're not going to stand there and smile. You're going to probably, this is human nature, survival, even though you're trying to protect people as much as you can from whoever the gun is pointed to. This, I guess, is pretty clear. So to take sides and to take such a drastic side against the Russia is a complete mistake. It's a moral problem that we have, which is to only consider our own well-being. And Ukrainians, I feel terrible for, because I mean, this is not their problem. I mean, this is problem of their government, and of the people who are willing to die for some cause which is not a cause. I mean, nobody's trying to take over their land. Russia is just trying to lessen the influence of NATO, which Ukraine is under. So this is like a devil that has possessed these people to think that Russia wants to take over the land, and they don't. They don't care about Ukraine. They wouldn't have given Ukraine away if they wanted Ukraine. You want your independence, have your stupid independence, but don't kill other people on your land, to obtain it. I mean, this is independence from who? From other people? This is not independence. Independence is to live together with other people who have independence, to be independent of them, to not, this is complete wrong concept. Everything has swung in a completely wrong direction, and everybody's like a hypnotized bunch of zombie puppets which are just repeating and repeating the same thing, that Russia is the devil, Russia. And Russia is only trying to survive here. This is an invasion on. This was an attempt for an invasion on Russia, and now they're trying to diminish all their potential by trying to make them poor, by trying to overthrow Putin. The whole thing is just to take Russia and by these leeches, so that they can suck them dry, like they have sucked dry every single place they've entered. This is what they do. They just fill in their pockets, and they will leave nothing for future generations except paper, green paper. Okay, they will just diminish everybody's future these resources will be required in the future. But these masters of these leeches, these masters of sucking everything out of every possible, they're the masters of business. Nah, they're freaking animals that just care how to like get rich, because they have no other purpose in their life. They have nothing. They are completely empty souls. They care for nobody. And I can't believe that Europe is not seeing this. I cannot believe that Europe is choosing the side of these nobodies, these freaks, instead of siding with Russia and working towards like a Europe, which I thought is like an intelligent body. This European Union is like the most humane project in like probably maybe all of history, where it's trying to unite, it's trying to grow, and this European Union should be like the whole planet should grab onto this content and become, work towards helping one another, like all over the world. Everybody should belong to a union. We shouldn't have borders. I already said this. We should all be under one roof where everybody helps everybody. And this destroyed completely my illusion that European Union is like intelligent enough to kind of create something of this kind, because it shows entirely that they've shown an entirely different face. And this is again how to use and abuse every single thing they can for their own profits and for their own gain. And how are we going to do without gas? I don't know. Oh my God, that's why we have to listen to, I mean, everything is just about their own strict methods of survival and maintaining this high superior view that they're this ethically amazing, and everybody should listen to them. Like they're shutting down Russia's television stations. I mean, these people, I'm watching them. These people are objective. This is news that should be heard. The Russian side should be heard. Russia is a superpower who can cause damage to this planet. They can cause damage to everybody, and you're turning them into this, this enemy. You don't even know them. You don't know what they're about. You don't know anything. You don't know anything. Okay, so don't take sides because you are in completely off the whole thing of what's going on here. Your stupid demonstrations against Putin are nothing. Are nothing. You're nothing. You're just thinking about yourselves and whether you're going to travel somewhere or not travel somewhere. And now, and the humanity. I mean, Ukrainians are caught in this situation. I feel terrible for the people. I swear, I don't think that they're responsible for this. The stupid Zelensky and the stupid influence of the Americans have caused this, and the prior presidents to Zelensky have caused Russia to act the way it has. It is. I think it's crazy difficult for Putin to do what he's been doing. I think he was pushed into this. He didn't, and this shouldn't have been done even on his side. This shouldn't have happened. This was not supposed to happen. Wars are not supposed to happen. But other people, American policy, not Americans, but they voted on these mongrels, these retards. These are retarded people. This Biden, this Trump, this Bush. They're all fucking retarded. I'm sorry. So they think they're smart, but they're gonna pay such a disastrous price. These people are going to places they have no idea how to get out of. Let me tell you where these people are going. So whoever supports this is crazy. All right? Who supports this is crazy. I'm not saying Putin is all right and these guys are, nobody here is going probably to be without consequences, but I'm telling you, the worst side is the American side. Politically, this has nothing to do with their people, whatever. Maybe it does, maybe they knew, maybe this, I cannot judge. This is only, he can judge what you're thinking when you're voting for Biden and what you're thinking when you're voting for Trump. But it's an insane situation. People are being misled into belief that they're ethically correct by creating this one-sided affair, which tells people that Boris Johnson, another, I don't want to say it because like this probably is not going to get even be published, or be put on air. But people consider things. Look in the media. I mean, find other ways of informing yourself, because what's been going on is pure misinformation, and it can bring disaster to everybody. And we trust people way too much because we don't have time, or we're not working hard enough, or we're too lazy to investigate things deeper, but we're being misled. And I feel, because I've been misled, and I feel like I should share this with you, so do not judge so harshly here. Understand that people are more important than the land, and if certain land has Russian people which are in danger from Ukrainians in this case, then you should be for the people and not for some land integrity, whatever. Give, whatever. These peace talks I mean, Russia should give some territory which doesn't have like Russian people, whatever. They have plenty of territory. They should like exchange territories, because obviously Russian people cannot live in Ukraine. So take the part where Russian people live, give them some land where Russian people don't live if they want this stupid land, and if they feel like they're cheated out of their land, whatever, give them some other piece of land. I don't know, help them. If if these parts were industrially rich, build them a factory, I don't know, for the Ukrainians, so they can feel that they haven't lost anything by losing these territories. But protect the people. And I'm all for you. I'm all for Russia protecting the people, no matter where they are. They're Russian people. Why should there be? I don't know why. Why are these Ukrainians torturing them and wanting to kick them out? The same thing is with Serbians in Kosovo. So I guess and in Croatia. So this is an emotional thing for me. And the same thing happened. Integrity of the land. It has to be maintained. So Croatia and Kosovo are like intact, but Serbians who are there are in danger. And this is constantly over and over and over again. Like, people are putting land and the integrity of some border before the people who live within those borders. And this is unethical. This will not get you beyond this life. This will not help you with God, which exists. If you please watch some of my other clips, this will not help you. This thinking will not help you. Okay, that's all. Thank you.